Are you brave enough to play this game? So I can remember about maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little more, there was this movie that came out called Saw. And this Saw, if you know it, it is a very gruesome and it's a very scary movie. And in this movie, you have this little clown, and he's a doll, but it's this little clown that is played on the TV monitor in front of his next victims. And before the game is played, the little dummy, the little whatever, the little clown would always say, I would like to play a game, or would you like to play a game? And that's what I'm gonna do here. And this game, I gotta admit, it can be a little scary. This game that I'm gonna play with you guys, it's gonna be brutally honest. It's gonna be a little scary, but I promise, if you play this game, you'll get all the answers that you need in order to start to accomplish those business goals or those career goals or even those life goals that you have. So if you're willing to play this game with me, make sure you listen to the rest of this podcast. Also, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to this podcast so you can get more podcasts like this filled with definitely a lot of gems and resources to help you to accomplish your next goal. So this game that I'm going to play with you guys, I call it the what if game. And it's the what if game because I'm asking you a series of questions of what if. When I work with my clients, I love playing this game with them, and I've never told them that it's a game formally, but it's a game that I love playing with them. Even today, I played this game with one of my clients who was an elderly person, right? And elderly, you can kind of judge on what you think is elderly. This person is in their late 50s, and they believe that life has passed them by, that it's too late to accomplish some of the goals that they had way back when, right? They kind of feel like they've missed the boat. And I asked them, what if you were 25 again? What would you then start to work towards? What goals would you then start to accomplish, right? And things of that nature. And she came up with a list of things. And guess what I told her to do? I said, let's go after these goals as if we were 25 years old again. The reason why I do that is because for a lot of us, we have a goal that we want, but there's this thing that's stopping us. It could be doubt. It could be fear. It could be resources that maybe we think we need, but in actuality, you don't need. It's so many things, and the mind will come up with so many excuses as to why you can't or why you shouldn't go after these goals. So what I do as a therapist and what I do as a coach is I love asking them, what if? And this helps them to let go of all the things that are getting in their way and really focus on what actions they should be taking. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to play the what if game. And since you've listened to the podcast up until this point, I'm going to take that as your consent to play this game. So let the games begin. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what if you knew you couldn't fail? What if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you then start to do next? I want you guys to really think about that. And you can take that and you can apply it to business, career, your relationships, right? Anything that you want, right? Even if you have a dream of, let's say, becoming the next Mr. or Miss America, right? So getting really, really fit, really, really toned, really, really in shape. Those things, yes, may be challenging, may be hard. But again, you're not going to fail anyway. So the question now becomes, would you do it? What would you do next? So I really want you to think about this. If you knew you couldn't fail, what goals would you then start to work towards? Because when I see people procrastinate, that's always an instant indicator to me that they don't believe that this goal is something they'd be able to accomplish. Because if they thought they could accomplish it truly, if they thought they could accomplish it, they would have been started. And that's what I want to do for you guys. I want to make sure that you know that these goals that you have, they're doable. They're definitely something you can accomplish. But we can only do that. We can only find out what we're made of until we take that first step. But for a lot of people, they're still preparing. They're still thinking, man, this fear though, Coach Wells, you just don't understand. And I'm like, you know what? You might be right. But I will say, whether I understand or don't understand, I know that taking actions is the only way to accomplish anything that you want out of life. There's a famous quote by this guy named Jack Frost or Robert Frost. Jack Frost is a snowman. So Robert Frost, he says, the only way out is through. And that is so, so true. The second game, right? The second question that I love to ask you guys is, what if your life peaked at this moment, right? I want you to think about this. What if your life peaked, meaning that this is as far as you can go What if this is as far as you can go in your life at this moment? Would you be happy with the progress that you made up until this point? Would you be happy? Now, why do I ask that? Well, there's two reasons. One, for a lot of people, they find themselves in this like success trap, meaning they're going from goal after goal, accomplishing them, yes, but they're feeling a lack of fulfillment, right? These are the people that are super successful, super wealthy, but they still find ways to fall into addiction, fall into depression, maybe even take their own lives. We've definitely seen that from a lot of famous people. So now the question is, well, if things stopped, if I were to come up for air, if I didn't accomplish another thing, would I be content with what I've accomplished so far, right? That's one question, or that's one reason why I asked that question. The second part is to motivate you, because there may be a chance that up until this point, when you look at everything that you've accomplished, you may feel as though, man, I haven't done much. And I ask that, and I say this because we want to look to see what is that next staple in the flag, or flag in the ground, or however you say it. What is the next statement that you want to make with the next goal that you accomplish? What is the next goal that you feel is going to put you on this map, that's going to make you feel fulfilled, that's going to really say, you know what? This is the time that I really pushed myself. This is the moment that I took all fear, all doubts off the table, and I really pushed myself, and I've reached for my full potential. What would that goal have to be? So again, what if your life peaked at this moment where it is now? Would you be happy with what you've accomplished? If the answer is yes, man, congrats. If the answer is no, then let's keep working, right? Let's find out what's that next thing that's going to give us that fulfillment. Now, I will warn you, there's no one goal that you can accomplish that will give you an endless supply of fulfillment. Goals do not work like that. Values do. When you follow a value, which is a lifelong thing, you will always find yourself fulfilled. And following your values doesn't mean that you have to accomplish a goal. It's just simply being in alignment with who you believe yourself to be. So you can be a giver. You can be a leader. You can be someone that's, let's say, a hard worker. You can do these things and not be per se accomplishing a goal, right? It's just you being in alignment with who you believe you should be. And that right there is where you find fulfillment. Ooh, this next one I really love. So what if you dedicated 1 hour each day to learning something new? How would that change your life? Think about this now. What if you dedicated 1 hour each day, so 7 hours a week, 31 or 30 hours a month, right? If you dedicated 1 hour to learning something new each day, right? 1 hour each day, what would that do for your life? What would that do for you as an entrepreneur? What would that do for you as, let's say, a trader, an investor? What would that do for you on your career? What would that do for, let's say, you and your spirituality? Let's say each hour you spent, whether it's reading the Quran, reading the Bible, right? Any holy book that you can think of, right? The Torah. What would that do for your life? What if you spent 1 hour a day learning, let's say, how to be a great partner? 1 hour a day learning how to take care of your body, right? And when I say taking 1 hour and learning, I also do mean applying, okay? Because there's a lot of people that's learning but not applying, and that's a whole different concept, right? A whole different topic, if you will. So when I say learning, I mean learning and doing. I can even say going to the gym. How would this change your life? I really want you to think about this, because guys, these questions I'm asking, I really want you to think. I really want you to imagine, okay? That's the whole point of this game that we're playing. I want you to take you from where you are and put you in this, let's say, fairy tale place, this place that maybe you never put yourself, right? And I want you to think, what would I do from this standpoint? Because for a lot of people, we're so stuck in the negative thoughts, the uncomfortable emotions, or all the other obstacles that we have. And I want to pull you from that just for the time being. And just play this game with me. And let's see what answers you come up with. All right, number 4. All right, I love this, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, make sure you subscribe to this podcast. So, what if you treated every obstacle as a chance to innovate yourself? How would that fuel your creativity? How would that fuel your work ethic? How would that fuel your mindset? So again, what if you treated every obstacle as a chance to innovate, to change yourself, to transform yourself? How would that fuel your creativity, your mindset, your confidence, your attitude, right? What would that do for you? I want you guys to think about that. Because these obstacles that we run into, believe me when I say, they are designed to create the person you need to be in order to handle this gift that you're asking for. There's something that you're asking for. And if you believe in God, whatever your God is, right? If he gives you this gift, we need to make sure, or he needs to make sure, that you're going to be a good steward of it. He needs to make sure that when you have it, you're going to cherish it, and also you're going to invest in it, okay? There's a great book in the Bible, right? It's in the New Testament that talks about the three men. There were three farmers, I believe, and each one of them was given a talent, right? One was given 5, one was given 2, one was given 1. And the guy with 5 talents and the guy with 2 talents, they invested their talent. And when their master came back, they said, good job, you did great, all that good stuff, right? But the guy with 1 talent, he was afraid to invest it because he thought he would lose it. And the master said that your talent should be taken away from you and you should be banished to a pit of darkness where there is gnashing of teeth. So basically hell. And it's all because he didn't invest his 1 talent, right? Because he was afraid. What I'm trying to say is that each obstacle, if you look at it, it is designed to create something within you. Without these obstacles, you will not become the person that can handle this gift. Because even if the gift was given to you, if you're not the person that you need to be in order to hold it, to carry it, you will fumble that gift. You would fumble that gift. So these obstacles, I need you to see it as an opportunity to change you, to transform you, okay? All right, the next one. So what if you let go of fear and doubt? What amazing achievements might you start to approve, right? That you might decide to pursue, right? I'll say that again. What if you let go of fear and doubt? What amazing, what extraordinary achievements would you then start to pursue? What would you then start to chase? Okay, so again, this goes back to one of the earlier points that I made. Sometimes the thing that's right in front of people's faces is fear and doubt, okay? Now, if you're watching this, you can see me, but if you're listening to this through a podcast, you can't see me, so I'm gonna give you a visual. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm literally covering my eyes with both my hands. My left hand equals doubt, my right hand equals fear. When these hands are covering my eyes, I can't see in front of me. And if I were to try to do something as simple as go down my steps, go to the mailbox, or even drive to the local grocery store, I would be in serious pain. I would hurt myself. I would crash. I would probably take my life for someone else's life. That's what fear and doubt does. So what we want to do is we want to let go of those things. And when we do that, we're then able to see where our next step should be placed, which is why I love these questions. So again, what if you let go of fear and doubt? What extraordinary achievements might you pursue? All right, you guys may hate me for this one, but I'm glad you decided to play the game. It's kind of like X Factor now that I think about it. If you guys remember that show, it's a show from way back when. But this next one is, what if you never compared yourself to other people? Would you truly know your self-worth? Think about this, guys. What if you never compared yourself to other people? Would you truly know your self-worth? I ask this question because for a lot of people, they compare how good their life is going based on Instagram, Facebook, their friends, their family, or what people tell them they should or shouldn't be doing at this point of their life. Right now, I'm 31 years old, and if you're from the South, most people say, wow, by 31, you should be married, have 2 kids, have a big house, and all this other stuff. And at 31, I'm married, I have a house, and I have 1 kid, my son Champion, right? So for some people, they'll say, man, you're right on par. Some people, you're a little behind. You started a little late, right? It depends, right? But here's the thing. When I look at my own life, when I look at what I believe is for me, when I start to really sit down and think, what is it that I value? What is the trajectory of my life? I'm right on par. And believe it or not, you are too. I love telling people that you are exactly where you need to be in order to change your life. You are exactly where you need to be. You're not too late. You're not too far behind. You're not too early, but you're right where you need to be in order to change your life. So believe that. You don't need anything or anyone to determine your value. And actually, that's one reason why I decided one day, let me just double my prices to see if people would pay me what I believed that I was worth. And guess what? They did. So, again, what if you never compared yourself to other people? Would you know what your true self-worth was? And point number 7, the last one, right? The last part of the what if game. What if today was your last day on this earth? Would you be content with what you have accomplished up until this point? All right. So there's this phrase, Kobe Bryant had it tatted on his arm, but it's called Carpe Diem. All right. And it's something along the lines of living today as if it's your last day. I may be missing it a little bit, but that's the gist of it. And that's what I wanted to get at when I asked this question. What if today was your last day on this earth? Would you be content with what you've accomplished up until this point? Again, if that answer is no, use that as motivation, guys. Don't use it as something to further put yourself down this depression hole or anything like that, or this anxious hole like I'm too late, I need to hurry up. No, you're right where you need to be in order to change your life, all right? And here's the other thing. If you can really stop and look and be happy with your accomplishments, guys, I would say you've reached a place where not too many people have reached. And that's a place of contentment. That's a place of happiness. That's a place of peace, satisfaction. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even today, I was talking to a client, and we came to this point that it seems as though he was addicted to excitement. He was addicted to something new. Something had to be innovative, different for him to be, I guess, excited or happy or to deal with something, right? But here's the thing, guys. Excitement is not the norm, right? And if you always need something to be exciting, you have now become prisoner to the excitement trap, if you want to call it that. Or I've read a book, it's called The Happiness Trap, right? Things don't have to be new or exciting for you to find peace or happiness with it. They just have to be valuable to you. They have to be something that you find fulfillment in. So again, what if today was your last day on this earth? Would you be content with what you accomplished up until this point? So congratulations, you made it to the end of the What If game. Guys, thank you for playing. My name is Coach Wells, and I'll see you later.